Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Friday. Let me go ahead and straighten you out there. Super exciting day. NASDAQ market is in the green and it is on track for one of the longest green streaks since November of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And this is right before the overall bear market started. So, as many of you guys know, we've talked about it here on our channel before that anytime that any headline announces a specific milestone, something like, hey, we're on track for, the best month since 2020 or since this overall bear market, kind of like what's being announced today. We're on track for the longest green streak since last year. This is for the S&P 500. This causes and brings awareness to a little bit more buying pressure. And I think that's kind of what we're experiencing today. Consumer sentiment report was released today. I wanted to make sure that I show you guys that. Consumer sentiment report was released. At first, if anything, kind of made the market react in a negative way. I know that, you guys can't even see it. As you guys can see, let me go to make sure you guys can see that here. 55.1, expectation was 52.1, so better than expected. But one of the things that we must understand is that the market reacted in a negative way, kind of, when this report was released. Because I know the market bounced right away, but we were trading live with our LPP team, and we're indicating signs of an uptrend. This report came out, and then right as it came out, there was an aggressive sell-off. I actually ended up locking in profits on SQQQ, and then it began to pick up again, and then I got stopped out. So it's been a roller coaster of a day. Overall, a very successful day still for TQQQ at 3.5%, which means that the NASDAQ market should be up at least 1%, which is a step in the right direction. One thing that I want to make you guys aware is right now on the 1 minute time frame, we are validating the moving average, which is this light green line, as a support level, meaning that every time that we pull back here around this general area, it finds its support, it rallies, pulls back, finds its supports, rallies, and this support was actually a little bit better. So I expect it to pull on back now. If we begin to trade and make lower lows and lower highs below the moving average, then that would be a break of pattern and no longer indicating signs of an uptrend. But one thing that I actually do want to talk about is, what's to come. I wanted to share my thoughts, especially going into the weekend. I hope that you guys appreciate that, and you guys can feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. First thing, more on the fundamental side, what is going on? Well, things are not getting worse anymore, right? And that's a big factor for the market. Inflation is showing, unless inflation for the next CPI data report comes in higher. But as of now, we went from 9.1% now to 8.5%. So supposedly inflation has peaked. Let's take it as what it is. I know a lot of people speculate and be like, no, well, this doesn't mean that it's peaked because next month it could come in higher. But as of now, it shows that it peaked. PPI report for Producer Price Index also showed that inflation has peaked and also better than expected. So everything is showing to be better than expected. This means that the Federal Reserve should take a less aggressive approach in raising rates, which is a positive notion for the market. So you can see that, buying pressure should be present. Now, a concern that a lot of people have is because of this strong rally is, well, are we just going to return to being in a bull market, or is there going to be one other leg down before we continue to rally? And I think that's kind of the question that everyone's asking. Obviously, no one knows, right? I'm not going to be here like, it's going to pull back, get ready, right? All I'm saying is right now, I'm excited that if the market does pull on back, I have money left on the sidelines that I can buy up my long-term positions for a better deal, right? That's an incentive. Also, if the market does continue to rally, I can always average up into my position. I mean, let's use TQQQ as an example. People are freaking out of like, oh my God, I've missed out on this nice little run. Sure, 60% is great, right, on TQQQ for all of our LPP members that caught that. But guess what? Why are you nickel and diming an opportunity? It still offers 134%. Our job is not to be perfect, right? Our job is just to make sense and put ourselves in positions that meet our criteria. When direction is in your favor, when momentum is your favor, when market sentiment is in your favor, don't be afraid to average up if you can tolerate the pullbacks as well. You never want to put yourself in a position that you can't tolerate the worst case scenario or you don't have a plan. That's probably the worst thing that you can do. That just expresses how inexperienced you are. Imagine having a goal but not having a plan. You know what not having a plan for a goal is? It's a dream. It's hope. Well, what's hope? It's nothing because you have no plan of action. And I think that's the biggest thing that, really identifies someone from experience and someone that's just an absolute beginner. And it's those simple little steps where you talk about like, okay, if we break above this level, I'm going to add more to my position. If we break below this level, maybe I'll reduce my position size. Or if we break below the EMA, maybe I'll, either buy the dip and or reduce position size because of this, right? You take risk management into consideration. There are so many different ways on how you can approach the market. There are so many different stocks in which you can choose to take advantage of. All I have to say is keep it as simple as possible. All of you guys know this is what I focus on every single day. TQQQ and SQQQ and my tech stocks. Why do you always have to be chasing a bunch of different plays every single day? Don't you get tired? Don't you get tired of always having to chase the hype? Why not have some stability? Keep trading simple. Keep investing simple. Focus on your 1, 2, 3 different stocks and just focus on those. A plan of action on each one. That's all. Think about worst case scenario, think about best case scenario, and plan out both scenarios for all 3 of those stocks. One very conservative, one moderate, and then maybe one a little bit risky, which maybe might have a lighter position, right? Don't be afraid to take risk, but there's no reason to do it blindly, right? And I think that's what I'm most excited about, is that regardless of which way the market ends up going, first off, I know that there's so much time and there's so much more opportunity and margin to be made. Second is, even if the market does pull on back, who freaking cares? I'm prepared for it. Are you? The only people, and quote me on this, the only people that freak out when the market pulls back are those that did not prepare. It's those that do not have money left over to be able to buy the dip. And I say this in the most encouraging way. I'm not calling anyone out because I know I've been in that same position many times. I'm telling you this, so guess what? You can prepare in advance. That's all it is. You are aware now that we are bullish. You don't have to do anything, but if the market does pull on back, are you prepared? Do you have enough money put aside that you can buy the dip if you wanted to? Not having an option is one of the worst options to, be in. At least that's how it feels, especially when bad news is coming out, selling pressure is present. It's just, you always want to have worst case scenario taken into consideration. And that's what I love to preach on my channel. Everyone always talks about winning. Everyone always focuses on winning. And I'm all about that. I love shouting out all of our LPP members, the people that comment about their success. I love it. But guess what? I want to look out for the person that's struggling. I want to look out for the person that's struggling with risk management, that's not taking position size into consideration, that's not formulating their plan, because it's those areas of opportunity that really make the difference. Those that are doing well, let's be honest, they can take care of themselves. So if you guys have any questions, if you're an absolute beginner, and even if you want to just plan out your next trade, I hope that you know that you can always direct message me, and that's that first link down below. You don't have to, but again, the only way that I can work with you on a closer basis and or assist you, right? I'm never going to tell you what to do, but the only way that I can answer any question you might have, regardless of how beginner it might be, just send me a freaking direct message. That's all. And that's that first link in the description down below. And that's via our free Discord chat. So I hope and wish you guys an amazing Friday. Stay blessed, stay healthy. And friendly reminder, we are running a huge discount off of Learn Plan Profit 2.0. So if you want to be able to watch me trade live every day and you want to work with me on a closer and daily basis, I would encourage you, just take 2 minutes, click the second link down below, and learn a little bit more about our Learn Plan Profit group and see if what we have to offer would be of value for you. Other than that, I hope that I earned your thumbs up. Hope that you can consider subscribing if you feel like I earned it. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.